All right, so the golden gift boxes for the month of May was released last week, and it was the Enchanted theme. So everything was pretty much mage oriented. In the follow up to the mage class armor release, I didn't talk about the mage class armor because it was kind of a dud in my opinion. Full defensive armor with some couple of spells included in the master mage armor. I think the actual class is probably worse than the original. Uh, they keep justifying their decisions with it, but whatever. They're morons for basically dying on that hill. But anyway, wanted to talk about in this specific video the Arcane Rift Key misc. Um, and I'll go ahead and show it. It is in the ultra rare boxes. And so basically it's a misc and it does plus 50 int and luck. So it's pretty similar to Warlock's Oblivion Sphere here, um, but I think it also protects against water, so it's going to have more SP upkeep. But um, this is what it looks like. But it basically has a quick cast skill that's basically one time per battle. If it doesn't inflict, then it'll give you the chance the next turn. But it does a bunch of stuff. It does some self-inflictions as well as inflictions to the monster. But first, before we begin, this character, the reason why I use it on this character, it's a Lucky Beast Mage, but it's running Luna Nekos. So this whole character is basically a burn eater character. And so basically you just inflict burns and then you eat it. So I do have a couple of other spell options just to play defense, but this is like as a perm burn. This is another spell that came from the release that does burn. Abominable Frostbite does burn. And then I use this one for the Love One. So I transferred a lot of the stuff that I was using on my main over here for some different ideas. But essentially, it has a pretty high SP cost. So you have basically, you have your 588 SP, and then you get a background change. It's similar to those other champion of the light realm, champion of the wind realm, champion whatever. We have the background change. It takes you to a different plane. And the idea behind this misc is like some things go awry and it causes a bunch of weird stuff. So basically, if you look on the monster, it actually gets a 79 MP heal per round. And then it gets a permanent. So the -1 there turns means it's permanent. Others have reported that that has gone away and it just shows the line. Similar to the burn there, how it does not have any turns listed. My gaming experience actually does not show that yet. I don't know why, but it has a 1.7 power permanent harm burn. You see the fragile there. But the player also gets fragile, which is at a lesser amount. It gets mana regen, which is at a higher amount. And then it gets a 1.27 harm burn. And so that's included in the cost of everything. Now, what I've been doing, and they're claiming this is going to change. In fact, they may have already changed it, and this may not work. It's using Hexbound and then transferring it. But as you can see, it didn't work that time. So let me just attack real quick, and we'll just try again. Who knows? Maybe they changed it already. Let's see. Try again. All right, it's still there, but I'm hearing they're going to disallow this for a couple of reasons. They're going to basically decide, which it feels kind of a lazy way to go, that permanent statuses are not going to be cleansable. So if you have a Wing Weaver shield, you'll be able to cleanse it right now, but that may change. And Hexbound that transfers the burns over. But for now, this is what I'm using. And so, essentially, what this is going to uh, do for now is it's going to add the burn that you have as a player, and just give it straight to the monster. And then let's see if I can get one with wind. Okay, uh, so this misc acts as a um, your mage damage misc because it gives you 50 int and luck, so you get the BTH and whatnot. But also, you get this effect. In addition, you get and it's not listed. It's actually an imbue for your spells, which will inflict a void burn. So it's basically a void burn for your spells. But I'm gonna go ahead and eat the burn here with my Luna Neko, and as you can see, eating that burn right there is pretty strong. So this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll just cast a different spell here. Let's just do this. Let's see what kind of void burn we get. It was bugged for a little bit. So we have, okay, there's a void burn. It's power 5 for 3 rounds. So that's basically going to be the same as power 10, because it's going to be versus 200% resistance. And so, as you can see, you can't click the misc anymore. So it's a one-time per battle deal. So now I've transferred the harm burn. Now I have a void burn. And so in this instance, we need to locate fire Seek, and then just see what kind of damage we do here. Pretty good damage considering it's just 65% fire, even though, of course, Wall Breaker took some effect there. This is with no burn at all. So to me, this is the best type of character to run it on if you're going to eat burns. I mean, you're literally giving the monster uh, a hard burn there. So we have the shift there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do this ice burn here. So kind of what I've been doing is I'll go ahead and inflict the burn, and I'll either transfer it right away, or I'll go ahead and inflict a burn. Like in this case, we have the ice damage here. Then I'll go ahead and then swap it. It said it endured. That's fine. And then I guess Earth and Darkness are the two to Ellie Seek. I think this guy's gonna be Darkness. And then I think that weapon reduces spell damage, so we're going to come back to this guy for my damage misc. Let's see, I don't see harm burn. I mean the void burn. So I guess the void burn didn't make it. So let's see here. We have 7,869. You know, I could swap to Polala or whatever, but I'm not going to. So basically just shy of 4,000 damage for free. And that's what's really nice about it, is it's for free. Another thing you can do is you can eat the burn, and then if you still have some left, then you can try to transfer it. But Hexbound, I think, gets 2 opportunities. As you can see, let's see. Oh, there we go. That's actually pretty weird because it says 10 rounds instead of permanent this time. That's pretty crazy. Go ahead and eat that. But the Arcane Rift key, I think it's a better alternative than Warlock's Oblivion Sphere because of Warlock's Oblivion Sphere, its effect of Mind Lock is pretty worthless. There's just not many monsters that's going to be um, spell casting, and so locking out their MP bar 9 times out of 10 is you're just not gonna see it. I'll do one more monster. Wrong misc here. Let's see. There we go. Another thing you can do is, like I'm on this time, I'm going to use actually. It's going to do a wind burn, and then I'll do this perm burn, and it'll do both a perm burn and a wind burn. All right, let's go ahead and come back to here so I can get the extra luck with this guy, and then. All right, so water, wind, or light. So I think this guy is going to sync between light and energy. All right, so let's see what kind of damage. So I've basically, he now has 2 permanent burns plus a, let's see, I guess that's it. Obviously, the bleed part's insignificant. So as you can see, 4 to 5,000 damage after just takes a couple turns. So that's just kind of what I'm doing is I'm just inflicting burns quickly with this item. And then even if they disable the transfer effect of Hexbound and all that, it's not going to matter because you're just going to inflict burn and then you turn right around and you basically eat the burn and it's a nuke. But that's it for the Rift Key misc.